Hello everyone, welcome to our lecture on type. Okay. So, muulan sa labas, medyo malakas. So sana medyo okay yung audio natin for today. I think yung point nung production methods, kung hindi nyo pa na absorb, is how to reproduce text and images for print. How to reproduce them correctly, how to reproduce them well and beautifully. Okay. Tapos, so itong lecture natin to will be tackling the text side of reproduction. Paano mo i-reproduce yung text in the proper way. So, may konting overlap with yung BC20 subject nyo. Pero okay lang. Yung dalawang subject naman ito supplement each other. With regards to type, hindi na ako magdi-discuss masyado nung anatomy of typography, pero I'll be discussing other things, other terms that relates to reproducing type. Aside from these type terms, I'll also be discussing what we call typesetting systems. Typesetting is paano mo ina-arrange yung typography, paano mo kino-compose ng tama para ma-print. So yun yung gagawin natin for this lecture. So, one thing I'd like to point out though, before getting with it, in print production, when we call raw text as copy. We call raw text as copy. So, I'll be referring to text and copy interchangeably throughout this lecture. What's the difference between a typeface and a font? Typefaces and fonts are often interchanged, but they are different. A typeface is a concept and the design of the letterforms, while the font is a delivery mechanism. So the typeface Helvetica is all about the design of Helvetica, its characteristics as a letterform. The font is the delivery system. For example, Helvetica is a typeface, while the different formats and files that allow us to access, use, and output Helvetica are the fonts. A family is a set of fonts related to the basic typeface. The word font, by the way, is derived from found, as in type foundry, and is a reminder of the days when molten type was cast in molds. The letters of the alphabet, the numerals, and all the associated marks and symbols are collectively known as the alphanumeric set. Each individual element is called a sort. If typesetters realize that they are lacking certain letters to complete a composing job, they call this being out of sorts. Nowadays, the term means being unwell or not being your usual self. But this, like other terms you'll be encountering, started out as a printing term. A complete set of sorts will include alternative letters, diphthongs, ligatures, accented letters, and numerals or figures which can be lining or non-lining, sometimes called old-style numbers. A font will be comprised of three alphabets. Number 1, capitals, also called majuscules or uppercase letters. 2, small letters, also known as minuscules or lowercase letters. And 3, sometimes they'll include small caps, which are the height of a lowercase letter. The reason why capital letters are called uppercase letters and small letters are called lowercase letters also relates to the physical metal origins of type. Uppercase letters are letters positioned in the upper part of a compositor's typecase, while lowercase letters are positioned in the lower part of the typecase. What's the difference between a character and a glyph? A character is a symbol representing a letter. It's defined by their meaning and language. For example, the character of the lowercase a can be written or represented in many different ways, but it's still the character of the lowercase a. In practical terms, each character is assigned a specific code by the Unicode standard. Unicode is an encoding standard that allows different languages and codes across various computer systems to talk and communicate with each other. For example, the character of the lowercase a has a Unicode of U+0061, and this allows it to be recognized by whatever platform, device, application, or language. Glyphs, on the other hand, are the specific symbols representing that character. They are defined by their appearance. For example, here are different glyphs representing the character of the lowercase a. They are all depicted differently, but they still represent the lowercase a. If you want to see all the glyphs associated with a certain font you're using, you can open Illustrator or InDesign and look under the Type menu and click on Glyphs to see the full listing. Here are some basic introductory terminologies on letterforms. Sans serif typefaces do not have decorative strokes at the end of the letters. Note the even stroke weight. Serif fonts, on the other hand, do. Slab serifs have blocky stroke terminations. The term Roman, spelled with a small letter R, refers to the regular upright version of a typeface. An oblique is the slanted version of the Roman character counterpart. Obliques are typically found with sans serif fonts. Condensed are sans serif fonts whose characters have been horizontally compressed. They look elongated with even stroke weight. Italics do not simply mean angled letters. Here is the same typeface, one in Roman form and another in a true italic. True italics are typically found with serif fonts. Some basic type anatomy terms. This is by no means comprehensive and is only meant to supplement your Visual Communication 1 typography lessons. This is the baseline. This is where the letters sit. This is also the most stable axis along a line of text and is crucial for aligning with images and other text. For example, here are two blocks of text cross-aligned on a common baseline. Two lines of regular text for every one line of headline text. The mean line is the distance between the baseline and the X height. This is where non-ascending lowercase letters terminate. The X height is the height of the main body of the lowercase letters, excluding ascenders and descenders. The X height of a typeface affects its apparent size, space efficiency, and overall visual impact. For example, both these copy blocks are set at 9 points on 11 points leading. Try and step a bit away from the screen and read the text. The left is Helvetica, and the other is Mrs. Eves. Because of its huge X height, Helvetica can remain legible at small sizes. However, the same typeface could look bulky and bland at 12 points on a business card. Mrs. Eves, on the other hand, has a small X height and uses space less efficiently, but it does possess a delicate charm. Rounded characters will overshoot or overhang the X height. Overhangs are the curves at the bottom of the glyphs, slightly hanging below the baseline. Type is designed this way so that the rounded letters can optically compensate for their size compared to the other letters. If we didn't do this, these characters will look smaller compared to the other letters. Cap height is the distance from the baseline to the top of the capital letter. These are the ascenders. They are the part of the lowercase letter that extends above the mean line, and the ascender height is the length of these ascenders. Some elements may extend slightly above the cap height. These are descenders, and their length is called the descender height.